Today I'm going to tell you about a composer named Orlando de Lassus. He was born a long time ago in 1532 in Flanders, which we call Flanders, which is Belgium. It's the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium. There's not a whole lot that I could find about his childhood, that I know about his childhood. I've heard of his music, that's how I know about this, but there's very little. However, apparently he had the most beautiful, most angelic voice. And because of that, he was kidnapped so people could hear him sing. Not once, not twice, no, 3 times he was kidnapped because his voice is so beautiful. Poor thing. Anyway, I don't think because he was kidnapped, but by the time he was 12, he moved. He left Flanders and he went to Italy. And he began singing for a living. And he got, he was good. He understood music. He loved it. And then he started composing as well. Anyway, he was enjoying his music. He moved back to Antwerp, which is also in Flanders. He stayed there for about 3 years, and then he moved to Germany. And I think that's where he stayed for most of the rest of his life. While in Germany, he met a cute girl, and they got married. They had 2 boys. They both ended up becoming composers, and he had 1 daughter who married a visual artist. Now, besides him being kidnapped 3 times for his voice, what is so amazing about this guy? Well, he was world-renowned. He was incredibly famous, think superstar famous. His music is absolutely beautiful. It is mostly choral. Guys, we're not writing symphonies because most of those instruments have not been developed yet, or maybe not even invented at all. So there's a lot of singing. Now, remember the Gregorian chants. This is like a monophony, like it's just one, everyone's just singing the same tune the whole time together. Now this guy comes and he does not invent this, but he really takes this to heart and works a lot with polyphony, which poly is multiple. So now we have different melodies going on at the same time. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's what's taking us out of that into late Renaissance and going into Baroque. He really mastered that. He mastered it because he did it a lot. I mean, a lot. He composed over 2,000 pieces. Y'all, that is a lot of pieces. Anyway, so he was busy. So he was well known. People loved what he did. They wanted to study it, so they came to him to study. And that was great. But what do I mean with superstar status? Well, let me tell you. The Emperor Maximilian II in 1570 confirmed his nobility, made him a noble, just because he was so awesome. Then the year after that, in 1571, the Pope, Gregory XIII, knighted him. Actually, I didn't even know popes knighted people, but apparently they did. The year after that, the King of France wanted to do fancy things. Anyway, he kept getting invited by royalty, by kings all over. They kept making him offers. They wanted him to come to their country, to their kingdom, and compose there and be their famous composer. But he was really happy in Germany. Nobody could make an offer that was going to make him leave. He preferred the stability there. He also had great opportunities to perform. He loved the places where he could perform. Also, all his students, anyone that wanted to study with him, came to him. So he'd attracted the best people to him. There was nothing that was going to get him to move. He was super happy. Towards the late 1590s, his health started declining. He did go see a doctor, but there really wasn't a whole lot to do. However, even though his health was declining, he was able to compose. So he continued to compose until his dying day. His last piece is called The Tears of St. Peter. Maybe St. Peter was sad because he was dying, but that's what it was called. And it's considered, of course, his best piece. It wasn't published, though, until after his death. That's kind of sad. I checked to make sure that this is possible, but yes, it is. Go on YouTube and look up Orlando de Lassus. There is lots of his stuff. It is absolutely beautiful It is calming. Enjoy.